Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic, that is city creation. City creation basically we are discussing this file. One of the person told that the rule of universe is whenever they are going to integrate the thing, basically they finish that area. For example, universe group basically wants some data from my body basically. So how they are going to take? When basically I am going to be sleeping, that time basically they will kill me for just few milliseconds basically, and they will take my data and immediately basically they will activate they will allocate my souls basically to new blood cells. If that new blood cells will start basically, then I will wake up in the morning basically, or basically whenever basically I will get out from sleep basically, that time basically I will be, if I will be getting wake up basically, or basically you can say early morning basically, if my eye gets open basically, that means the allocation has done perfectly. Sorry, not allocation has done perfectly, that blood cells basically has accepted me basically, that also you can say, that is the perfect word basically, that blood cells has accepted me, and he is telling that you can start the creation process of the blood cells which is allocated by the universe group basically. So you can just imagine the things basically, the blood cells are talking with each other basically, they are basically giving the permission that Sunil, you can stay basically for the tomorrow basically day. So daily basically you are dying basically. One of the person told that daily basically we are dying. So next day when I will get open basically, that basically is on the base of the blood cells which is allocated by the universe group basically. One of the person told that why basically this was not tracked by the doctors group basically. There might be some reason doctors group basically should able to track that basically, but doctors group basically are god basically. One of the person told that also, they are totally dependent on the reports basically, and reports are equal to what basically, reports are equal to what, that basically see, reports are equal to what, reports क्या है, that is in Hindi, reports are actually what basically. One of the person told that reports क्या है report, doctors reports are what basically. In simple language basically we will explain this, and technical also basically we will tell. Assume that 1,000 cities created. From 1,000 city, whenever the data is going to process with the another city, process with another cities, generates 1 lakh disease, बीमारीज. Then this बीमारीज, disease, बीमारी, बीमारीज का medicines, medicine, medicines, right? These medicines are given on the base of blood cells reports data. These blood cells report are what basically, diagrams of this 1,000 cities and this 1 lakh disease, that is equal to space of this 1,000 cities data and its process. So just see basically. This is the thing basically. So if this is correct, then the report is correct. If this is wrong, then the report is wrong. So that is the thing basically. So doctors are basically not God basically, that they will say that basically are. So according to reports, the disease are generated. Disease names basically are in the technical format. They basically a dictionary basically of the medicine, sorry, of the disease, and according to the disease, this is the medicine, this is the report. If this report comes, then basically this is the medicine you have to give. That's all basically. Sometimes basically the live reports comes into the picture, and live reports basically gives the medicine also. That basically comes to the international level disease, and that are basically very dangerous. For that basically every each and every person basically who are into that, they must be experts basically, because you are connecting to the international level basically, that's why. So you can just imagine basically it's not easy to create the stuff basically. So this is the stuff basically. So one of the person told that this is the stuff basically. So 1,000 cities creation, communications happens from this to this, then basically this to this. One planet contain all paragraph. It might assume that basically it contains some set of paragraphs basically. And planet created like that basically. And cities are equal to disease and medicines basically. And cities are created from how? Paragraphs. So you can just imagine basically. And in detail basically I have taken basically few videos basically, what is each and every stuff basically, what actually this is, words, what is the language, how basically each and every word basically is divided into character, and characters are equal to planets. For that basically I have given view in previous video basically, there are lots of videos related to that. So one of the person told that this is 100% going to happen, that is sure basically. So land is going to divide one day, and this space are going to end basically one day. So one of the person told that if this space basically contains the sea water, then sea water basically also will get something basically, and some process basically happens. Some process basically happens, and then basically this 1 lakh people will say that we have stored everything with us basically, and from this land basically we have already stored everything basically. They will not store the water basically, they will store the water's formula basically, they will store the water chemical basically, because water chemical, on the basis of water chemical basically you can create lots of tons of water basically, liters of water basically, not ton basically, liters of water basically you can create. You can store the water basically, because that water is chained with that planet basically, then what will happen basically, that water will basically create problem to you. So this is like that. So 1 lakh people basically are going to not going to take the wheat, not going to take the dals, they are going to take the chemicals data basically, because they know that basically this chemical will create lots of water, lots of things basically. For temporary purpose basically they might be giving, but when the world will end, then that time basically they are going to generate everything again only. Reason, water which basically exists in this world basically, they are on the base of the population only basically, that is the 900 crore population. And there, when these people basically have separated, that time basically these all people basically are already died. So this water basically which is going to be used, that basically they can't use, because that contains the 900 crore population's energy basically, and that are going to create problem basically. So they will not use that, that is 100% sure. So the group basically who are into this area basically, they have to see basically the plans basically up to what level they have to do, up to what level plan basically they have to do. One person is dying, and he is basically controlled by this land basically, and that land basically is having this formula, that is this formula. So you can just imagine. So in next video basically we are going to see that